Now, you listen to me real good. I've told you once, I said it 1,000 times. You get out of those pagan, satanic, religious, Christian churches. Christians do not follow the commandments of the Bible. Christians do what they want to do. They make up their own laws, their own rules, and their own regulations. Come out of her, my people, and come out from among them. And it's real simple and easy to ascertain who are these people you need to come out from. Easy. Number one, if they keep Sunday, that's an automatic sign that you need to not have any fellowship with these commandment-breaking, wicked deceivers and seducers and bewitchers of the truth. Simple. Let's get started. You are the children of Israel. Dabarim 7:6, for you are a set apart people. We're going to do a lot of reading today, okay? Yes, to Yahweh, your Elohim. Yahweh, your Elohim, have chosen you to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth. Now, the feast days is laid out clearly in Yeshua. All right? Passover, he dies, unleavened bread. What is that? Oh, he rids the house of sin, unleavened bread, because he wants to be unleavened. Is that right? Feast of first fruits, he what? Rises from the dead. Is that right? Pentecost, he sends his what? That everybody seems to don't want today. We keep telling you about it all the time. We tell you about all the time. Trumpets, he returns. Day of Atonement, he judges the earth. And tabernacles, isn't that amazing? Tabernacles. Isn't that beautiful? All speaking about him. Every bit of it. Beautiful story. We just got finished reading this. All right? But Amos 3:2 says, you only, talking about you, Israel, have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will what? Punish you for all your what? All your what? Lawlessness. People are waking up to this. You know what? We've been duped. We have been part of a religion that has taught us and taught us how to live in transgression and justify it. They figuring this thing out, man. You know what? If I start doing what he says, maybe I can turn this tide. Hallelujah. See, the nations and this religion's plans are to keep you under the curse, Israel. But the book always tells us to do what? Come out of her, my people. Now here's the second part. And be what? Separate, saith the what? See, everybody love to come out of her, my people, but what about this part? Separate. 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 The apostle said the same exact message that Yeshua said. Separate from the people of this earth. You're in the world, you're not of the world, but be separate from them. Emphasis added. Separate. Even the disciples, when Yeshua was here, they would go into town, buy meat, and come right back out. They would do business as they would have to do business, then they would come right back out. Keep themselves unspotted from the world. You hear that? Everybody listening, separate, separate, separate. The separate always comes with something too. Be you joined. More than just in the same mind. Hallelujah. Now listen to this. In Romans 11:25, but I would not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this a mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits. Now, conceits is your own estimation. You know, when you like sitting there and so-called meditating, you thinking up ways that you can conjure up ways you think this thing is going to go on. No, look what he says. that blindness is in part happened to who? So there was a time that Israel was just totally blind. Because we got another nation over here claiming to be Israel. Isn't that right? Now, he says blindness happened in part to Israel until the fullness of the Goyim be come in. Is that right? Until the fullness of the Goyim be come in. That's why I keep adding emphasis. Now look at how many people are saying over and over and over again, rather than I'm a Christian, I'm Israel. I am Israel. I am Israel. Because you had to get past all that magic that they put in your minds. They're saying or denying that if you're a Christian, see, when you're denying that you're a Christian, you're not denying Christ. You're denying a pagan, satanic, false, idolatrous religion. You're not denying Christ. Hallelujah. And then look what he says. Look at this. And so all what? Shall be what? Ain't never said all Muslims or all Christians or all Buddhists, all Baptists, Methodists, Catholics, Apostolic, Anglican, Greek Orthodox. It doesn't say none of that stuff. Only Israel is going to be saved. It is written, there shall come out of Zion a deliverer and shall turn away what? Ungodliness from what? Jacob. That's the 12 tribes. Now listen to this prophecy real closely. We're going to Yeshayahu from the Scriptures version, okay? 59:20. Did y'all watch it last Shabbat? That message we did down in Texas? Man, that moved a lot of people. Y'all didn't see it. Y'all couldn't see it on camera, man, but there was tears falling all over the place. Am I telling the truth, DJ? Man, those people, man, they was soaking that chair, man. That word was just, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? One person came up to me and said, he said, Pastor, yeah, but Paul said, I said, brother, calm down for a second. Calm down. I said, I know you've been taught that Paul is diametrically opposed to Christ and all the apostles and the prophets. I said, but that ain't so, brother. I said, you know we just got finished hearing? Yahshua said that if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. Now, if you had a choice, let's just follow your line of thinking. If you had a choice who you were going to obey, be it Paul or Jesus, which one would you pick then? He said, I picked Jesus. I said, good, you got your answer then. You got your answer then. So it ain't no more contention then, isn't it? So you don't have to go around and say, but Paul said, just tell people what Jesus said. Paul ain't got no heaven to put you in, or no hell. I just keep telling you that Paul he's just been greatly misrepresented. They've used penmanship. They done tore that man up. Peter even said, you know, our brother Paul, man, he writes some things, man, that they are hard to be understood. But then he went on to say this, which they that are what? Unlearned. They that are and unstable. See the character of the people? They're unlearned, they're unstable. They rest the scriptures. See that? That's what he told you about Paul. You get it? And you watch Ron Young try to mess up some people even more so trying to justify this satanic paganism. This is going to be a mess. Let's go. Yeshayahu 59:20. That's Isaiah. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion. And to those turning from what? Turning from lawlessness. Turning from iniquity. Iniquity. Turning from sin. We know transgression is a crooked way, right? So he's coming to Zion from those who turn from the crooked way. In what? Yaakov. Declares Yahweh, as for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh. My spirit that is upon you and my words that I have put in your mouth shall not be withdrawn from your mouth, nor from the mouth of your descendants, nor from the mouth of your descendants' descendants, saith Yahweh, from this time and forever. You get that? Now, does it not tell us over there, this book of the law should not depart out of thy mouth? In other words, it should stay in your mouth. You should teach it to your children when they rise up, when they go to bed. When you're in captivity, you ain't going to do stuff like that. You see what I mean? Now they all around us all day, all night, and all they hear is about Yah. Huh? Now mind you, Isaiah was telling you clearly that the Most High said, don't you allow any of this to depart from your mouth forever. Prophecy again. Know Yah's timing. Zechariah 8:23. Thus saith Yahweh hosts in those days. 10 men from all languages of the nations take hold, yea, they shall take hold of the edge of the garment of a man that is a Yehudi, saying, let us go with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you. I guarantee you we got 10 nations out of there. Bunch of tongues. I guarantee in the whole of this ministry we can grab a hold of 10 people in 10 different tongues. That's how you know it's y'all's ministry. It's the Most High's. All right? He gives us instruction. Be not unequally yoked together with what? Unbelievers. And unbelievers just so happen to do with a lot of your natural family. All right? We talking about the contentious ones. Not the one to show no honor and respect. We talking about the contentious ones. Some people know how to behave, some people don't. For what fellowship have righteousness, that's implying you, with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness? And what concord have Christ with what? Or what part have he that believeth with a what? Infidel. Somebody that has no belief at all. And what agreement have the temple of Yah with idols? For ye are the what? Temple of the living Yah. As Yah have said, I will dwell in them, and I will walk in them, and I will be their Yah, and they shall be my what? Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye. Ain't just enough to come out. You got to separate. Saith Yahweh, touch not the unclean thing, and he made a promise that he would do what? Receive you. Now, I do not care where you go in this Bible. The order has always been for us to be separate from the heathens of the land. Always. Now, they use reverse psychology by saying, oh, you're going to join that cult. No, I'm in the largest cult standing here next to you. I just got free from a cult, and I'm going to a culture. Oh, hallelujah. Why? Because we are of the 12 tribes of Israel. So today we're going to get a picture of heaven, but first we have to see what is happening in Yah's timing. Now, Yeshua said in Matthew 24:12, and because what? Iniquity, lawlessness shall what? Abound. The love of many will grow or wax cold. We're watching this right now. Huh? How can a woman have 8 children by one man and be provided for and never have to worry about a thing in life, and only things you care about, I'm entitled to have, the state said so, and I don't give a damn about you. But love the praises and lamentations of the people in this world as she dyes her hair to keep the gray from showing. Vain beauty. See, women, wives, you're going to be judged on your role. And the Most High tells you to submit to your own husbands as unto the Most High. You think that she's going to get by on that? Fill up your cup, as the old saying goes. That's what Yahshua said. Fill up your cup. Fill up your measure, your cup. Have fun. This day kingdom, they want it now. That's just one example of love waxing, growing cold. Isaiah 8:20 says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Now, that is a good looking olive tree. That's an ugly looking olive tree. I got one more ugly in there, but I try to get a benefit of the doubt. You follow me? You see, this grafting in process has always taken place in Israel. Ruth, the Moabite, said to Naomi, entreat me not to leave you or to return from following after you. For whether you goest, I will go. And where you lodges, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your Elohim, my Yahweh. You get that? Okay, to the law. We're going to believe the instructions, right? The law says over in Bar Mikvah 15:15, one ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. An ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before Yahweh. Y'all don't hear nothing about no damn racial discrimination. It's sitting right there in the book. Won't hear about no favoritism and none of that mess. One law and one manner shall be for you and for the stranger that do what? Sojourneth with you. Let's go over to Romans. Developing this thing. But if some of you, Romans 11:17, but if some of the branches be broken off, we know who that was, right? Bro saying go to 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 20. Just so we can see, we may revisit this later on, but you need to understand and comprehend what's going on, okay? Because we're developing something here, all right? And always remember to read in context, okay? 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 20, read, bro saying.
And Yahweh rejected all the seed of Israel.
He rejected some of the seed of Israel.
All.
He rejected all the seed of Israel. Read.
And afflicted them.
And he did what?
Afflicted.
He whipped them. Chasing them. How did he do that? He used the nations to do it. The very thing that you wanted to immerse yourself in, the very thing you wanted to be with, y'all used that thing. The very thing you wanted to become like, the very thing you envied, y'all used that to afflict you. Come on.
And delivered them into the hand of the spoilers.
Y'all hear that? Deliver them into the hand of the spoilers. And of course, Jeremiah said, in vain will you make yourself fair. Your lovers will despise you. Is that right? Read on.
Until he had cast them out of his sight.
Whoo! Y'all hear that? All right, so we developed this thing, right? And if some of the branches be broken off, and you being a what? Wild olive tree. Most people try to say that this is actually talking about Israel that was broken off. Okay, we're going to find out. We're going to let the letter interpret the letter, okay? And thou, being a wild olive tree, were what? Grafted in among them, with them partakers of the root. Who's the root? Yahshua. And the fatness of the olive tree. All right? Boast not against the branches. But if thou boastest, you bearest not the root, but the root you. And what does Christianity do? Boast as if they have replaced the actual natural branches. Do they not do that? That's their doctrine. They ain't even included in this. They grafted themselves in. They ain't been grafted in. How you going to be grafted into this when you don't even obey even the laws of grafting? Will you say then the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in? Well, because of what? Unbelief, they were what? Broken off, and you standers by. Be not high-minded, but fear. Why? For if y'all spared not the natural branches, 10 tribes of Israel, because the fatness of the olive tree is Judah, Yehudah. Take heed lest he also, in other words, if he will cut off his own people, then you take heed. Don't be high-minded. Don't be arrogant, because he will also do what? Now, if you wasn't even grafted in, how can you be cut off then? I mean, you was grafted in contrary to nature, and you became part of the root and the fatness of this tree. So why is he giving you a warning then? Uh-oh. Behold, therefore, the goodness and the severity, a good balance. He's good, but he also whoop you too. Of Yah on them which fell severity, but towards thee goodness, if you continue in his goodness, otherwise you also will be what? Now, he's not talking about Israel again. He's talking about the nations that come to this covenant. Judah is already there. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be what? Grafted in. For Yah is able to graft them in what? Who's that again? Israel, that was cut off. Y'all getting this? So don't play this game with all these dang Power Rangers and everybody else. I'd include these white supremacists, so-called British Israelites, trying to tell you that none of you can't be a part of this covenant right here. Tell them all to go to hell. For if thou wert cut out of a wild olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, much more shall these, which be the natural branches, Israel and Judah, be grafted into their what? Own tree. So much more of these 10 tribes that was cut off, they can be grafted back into their own tree. Israel was cut off, and we just got finished reading that. Is that right? Now, Brother Shane, I want y'all to pay attention to this, okay? We've been over this before. Got to go over it again. We got to go this way, okay? Isaiah 56 verses 1 through 8. And then we're going to cover a few more things, all right? Isaiah 56 verses 1 through 8. So regardless of what people say, Yah has always had a plan to include the nations into this salvation. That's clear from the Torah. If they got one law that's born to the homeborn as well as to the strangers, then he's not discriminating against anyone. Anyone that is willing to partake of this covenant and forsake your pagan, heathen, satanic ways, you can become Israel. Well, no, well, we're going to get there, all right? Isaiah 56 verses 1 through 8. Read, Brother Shane.
Thus saith Yahweh.
What did he say?
Keep ye judgment.
And
do justice.
Come on.
For my salvation is near to come.
Mm-hmm.
And my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath.
That keepeth the what?
The Sabbath.
Keep going.
From polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of the stranger.
The son of the who?
The stranger.
Read on.
That hath joined himself to Yahweh.
They have joined himself to Yahweh. How did the stranger do that? He joined himself to his people. That's how he done that. Come on.
Speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people.
So don't tell me that you're going to sit up and have a come to Jesus moment by yourself without being joined up with his people. You're a liar. It's his people that's got to teach you this covenant. It's his people that's got to teach you his ways. You see the reason why everything's so screwed up now? You're going to claim to be joined to Yahweh when you're going to put a damn tree up in your house. You're going to be claiming to be joined to Yahweh when you're going to get a pink basket and paint eggs. You're going to be claiming to be joined to Yahweh and you got bacon in your house. There ain't no way you can be joined to Yahweh like that. Uh-oh. Read on.
Neither let the eunuch say, Behold, I am a dry tree. For thus saith Yahweh, unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant. Even unto them will I give in mine house, and within my walls a place, and a name better than that than of sons and of daughters.
Would not the sons and daughters be considered the children of Israel? If he's going to give you a name better than that of sons and daughters, that's an implication by saying that you ain't in Israel. You wasn't in Israel, but you can become Israel. Y'all get this? See, I'm saying the stuff that these people hate this stuff. I love going against wind and tide. No, I'm part of the resistance movement. Hallelujah. We're going to rebel. You get that? Give your name better than the sons and daughters. Come on.
And I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. Also the sons of the stranger.
Sons of the stranger.
That join themselves to Yahweh.
That's some more people, isn't it? Come on.
To serve him.
To serve him. To serve him.
To serve him.
Come on.
And to love the name of Yahweh.
How can a Gentile do that? He can't do that. That ain't what this saying. This saying he can love the name of Yahweh. Come on.
To be his servant.
To be his servant.
Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath.
Everyone that do what?
Keepeth the Sabbath.
Now everybody arguing over the Sabbath. You ain't never in your life seen so many Sabbaths today. They ain't got that. They done turned the lunar Sabbath into a floating Sabbath. Go to the employer on that one. Well, this month I got to be off every Tuesday. This month I got to be off every Thursday. This month I got to be off every Sunday. This month I got to be what? Makes no difference that there's always been a people on the face of planet Earth, be they a nation or not, that has always kept the Shabbat. Yeah, you go to the Bantu tribe over there in Africa, man, they know what Sabbath is. Thousands of years they've been keeping it. But all of a sudden, you got problems. You got issues. Yeah, you do. You special. Amazing, isn't it? See, they will argue even the people down. Keep going.
Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant.
Well, he's big about this covenant thing, isn't he? Does Christianity teach you to take a hold of this covenant? Does Islam teach you to keep hold of this covenant, take hold of this covenant? Nah. Come on.
Even them will I bring to my holy mountain. And make them joyful in my house of prayer.
Make them joyful in my what?
House of prayer.
Keep going.
Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar.
You mean to tell me that the nations, the strangers, can come in and even offer burnt offers and sacrifices? He said they would even be acceptable? Come on.
For mine house
shall be what?
Shall be called a house of prayer
for
all people.
Just Israel.
All people.
Just Judah.
All people.
Just Benjamin.
All people.
Nephilim.
All people.
Zebulon.
All
Reuben.
People.
Come on, you gotta be Reuben, man.
All people. Yeah. All people.
Y'all know the reason why I picked Reuben, don't you? That scoundrel. Anyway, keep going.
Yahweh Elohim, which gathereth the outcast of Israel.
Oh, now he's back gathering the outcast of who?
Israel.
Read on.
Saith, yet will I gather others to him.
He's going to gather others. He gathered outcasts of Israel, yet he's going to gather others.
Others.
Unto them. Others unto them. See, they become so much professional twisters and warpers of his word that, man, they'll sit there and read their word and they'll pull a Christian doctrine on you in a minute. See, Christianity, they know that you ain't going to read, so they can just tell you anything, you'll believe it. Now you're sitting there reading it, and you're still doing this, and they done twist the scripture up on you, and you'll see, only Israel, not you, just Israel, Come on.
Yet will I gather others to him beside those that are gathered unto him.
Ephesians chapter 2, starting at verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye, being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that in times that at that time you were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yah in the world. That was Israel. Just flat out cut off. Even if you wanted to stretch it and say only Israel are saints, because Psalms 106 says that. Aaron, the saint of the Most High. You get it? Watch this. Now, therefore, you are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints. With the saints. And of the household of Yahweh. That the Gentiles should be fellow heirs. That sounds like the same thing the prophet said. And of the same body and partakers of his promises in Christ by the message, gospel. The word Gentile is translated ethnos, meaning a foreigner, not a Yehudite. Because they're going to say not a Jew. They're going to say not a Jewish or Jew. By implication, a pagan. Gentile, heathen nation, pagan. Romans 15:27. And it hath pleased them verily, and debtors they are, for if the Gentiles have been made partakers of their spiritual things, their duty is also to minister unto them in what? Carnal thing. So all you Gentiles come in here, send me some money. We got to do a work. Should be thankful to be saved. Should be thankful y'all gave you the ears to hear. So give me some money. That's ministering cardinal things. Come on, man. Y'all can't see I'm a black preacher? Ain't nobody supposed to be in here but black folk. You don't believe me? Go out here on these churches tomorrow and see how many. You're going to see white preachers and you're going to see what? White people. Join to their own nation. Look at them looking. Let's show you that y'all don't play this stuff. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Now, it makes no difference that Yahshua said, go and teach all nations. Oh, but Israel, each tribe was a different nation. That ain't what it said. It said go teach all nations. All nations. That's what Yahshua said, right? All nations mean all nations, right? All right. It hath pleased them very, that the debtors they are. For if the Gentiles have been made partakers of the spiritual things, their duty is also to minister unto them the cardinal things. See, once your heart becomes circumcised, let's get this. Romans 2:25. For circumcision very profitable if thou keep the law. You mean to tell me it does bring profit if you keep the law? If you keep it? But if you be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made what? That sounds like the same thing the prophet said. What good is it for you to go get cut and you still don't break the law? You don't keep the law. You go get circumcised, you get your foreskin cut off. Of course, today it ain't even a circumcision, it's a butchering. Even in Apocrypha, it says that the Israelites, that at one time, when they were circumcised, they were able to make themselves uncircumcised. Now, that means they had to pull and stretch on the foreskin. We ain't got a damn thing to pull and stretch on. That's a butchering. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? That means that when you first come to Christ and you start keeping the law, that's what it means. The Most High didn't care if you was cut or not. Abraham came to the covenant and he wasn't even circumcised yet. Abraham obeyed Yah and he wasn't even circumcised yet. All right, look at him looking. Then he made a covenant with the Most High. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge you, who by the letter and circumcision do transgress the law? See, you don't commit adultery. Basically, this is what it said before then. A couple of verses up above. But you are a robber of the temple. Bro, saying, go up to verse 22 and read. Romans 2:22. Meaning you commit sacrilege. You love judging people for things that you don't do, but when it comes to the things of Yah, you rob him. Disgusting thing you are. See, Israel, we are commanded to love the stranger in the Torah. Yes, read, Brother Shane.
Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery.
See, you say a man shouldn't commit adultery.
Dost thou commit adultery?
Do you do it? Come on.
Thou that abhorrest idols.
You abhor idols?
Dost thou commit sacrilege?
Do you not rob the temple?
Thou that makest thy boast of the law.
Hey, we keep the law. No, of course, you know, today keep the law according to Jewish faith. You put a box upside your head like this. Come on.
Through breaking the law, dishonorest thou Yah?
See, and you break the law and you dishonoring him. See, that's what Paul was dealing with. A rebellious people. Hallelujah. Double-read 10:17. For Yahweh your Elohim is Elohim and mighty, one of master of masters, and the great El, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality, nor takes a what? Right. He doeth execute the judgment of the fatherless and the what? Y'all see how serious we are when we have widows in the ministry? We serious. We serious. The only problem is we got to do something about this natural wicked family moving in and want to take our people. Sometimes it's crazy because sometimes when some of them get close to the end, man, they actually agree with their wicked family. Huh? Man, we got to start doing something, man. Because these wicked folks, man, they'll take you, man. And next thing you know, you out there buried next to a Mason or Eastern Star. You ain't buried unto your fathers or to the people. So he doeth execute the judgment of the fathers and widow, and loveth the he doeth execute judgment of the and loveth the in giving him food and love you therefore the why? For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. That's totally different than what we see today then, isn't it? All this hate going on. Because iniquity shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. Galatians 3:29. If you be Christ, you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the what? Promise. Prophecy again in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Same Babylon that you hear about in the book of Hazum or Revelations. Brother saying Revelations 17 verses 2 through 5. Am I going too fast for y'all? See, you're going to see what's happening in my last scripture verse right here. What's going on in this time that's right before us. What are you going to do when y'all give you the same ruach as he gave us and compels people to keep the commandments? Read, Brother Shane.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Read.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Sound just like the prophet, didn't it? Come on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Sound like Rome to me. Come on.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Read.
Having a golden cup in her hand. Full of abominations.
Full of a what?
Abominations.
Sound like Rome to me. How y'all doing, Christians? Read on.
And filthiness of her fornication.
Come on.
And upon her forehead was a name written. Mystery. Babylon the Great.
It ain't mystery no more, is it? Come on.
The mother of harlots and abominations.
That means
of the earth.
the Roman Catholic Church is the mother, and all you Christians are the harlots of the mother. You the daughters of the mothers. That's why you keep Sunday and Easter and Christmas. Got to obey mama. Even though you're rebelling, you're still obeying mama. Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partaker of her sins, and that you receive not of her what? Plague. Don't y'all know that there are 7 trumpets depicted in the book of Revelations? There are a lot of plagues going down. The seals, the trumpets, and the vials. There's a lot of stuff being poured out on this earth. But the book of Revelation says in the 12th chapter that he has a place prepared for us in the wilderness. Who's that place prepared for? The ones who keep the commandments. Amazing, isn't it? You mean tell me y'all is going to put us in the wilderness? Yep, sure is. And you know what we're going to depend on? Manna from heaven. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because if I'm there, ain't going to be no damn murmuring. Ain't going to be no complaint. You ain't going to have the nations to protect you. Uh-oh. Ain't going to be no complaining. The nations won't be there to protect. I'm going to have me a posse with me. They're going to be righteousness there. Wouldn't it be bad to get to the wilderness and then get cut off in the wilderness? Did that happen before? Did it happen before? Did he not have a place prepared for them in the wilderness? Did they not murmur and gripe and complain? How many died before they went in the promised land? Y'all get this? See, all this mess got to be out of your heart. It's got to be away from you. Got to divorce yourself from the wickedness of this world and the mindset of this world. You got to be transformed. You got to be renewed. Neither murmur ye, as they were destroyed of the destroyer. Oh yeah. Only thing Israel had to do was just not complain. He still took care of them. I don't care if I got to eat manna for 2,000 years. What are we going to say? We sure miss America, the cell phones, McDonald's, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, that's modern day. That's for real. Well, of course, the Christians, if someone was to make it, you know they're going to get out to complain. What? No pulled pork on Friday? Y'all better get this. The thing that was is going to be again. Going to repeat it again. Revelation 22:12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his what? Work shall be. But Christians are told you ain't got to do no work. But you're going to be judged according to your work. You're going to be rewarded according to your work. I'm Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter into the gates into the what? Now watch this one. The law will be taught in the kingdom. Isn't that brave? Isn't that beautiful? You ever read them songs when David will say, oh, how I love thy law. He said, it is my meditation. You know why? Because the law is the word. And the word is Yah. That's why he said, I love thy law. Wow, that's beautiful. Micah 4:1, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established. In the top of the mountains it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it. And many, Israel's just one nation, shall come and say, come, let us go up unto the mountain of Yahweh, unto the house of the Yah of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. That's beautiful to me. That is music to my ears. See, because the love of the law is the love of Yah. The love of Yah is the love of the word. Love of the word is the love of Yahshua. Salvation. Brother saying 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 2 through 12. Y'all ready for this? Yes, and then I got one more last, and I'm going to show you what's going on this hour, and we done until tabernacle, until trumpets this evening. Did you edit your video? Not yet? Okay. And that happens, don't it? It's a computer. Maybe in a demon or something. You know, a demon that hit computers called Boise. You know that, right? Boise. Read, Brother Saint. Listen to the book.
That ye be not soon shaken in mind.
So, Israel, all you people, listen. Don't you be so soon shaken in mind. Or what?
Or be troubled.
By what?
Neither by spirit.
That don't make no difference if they're human or not. Read on.
Nor by word.
Nor by what?
Word.
Don't get troubled by a word. There's somebody, I got a word. Don't get troubled by a word. Read on.
Nor by letter as from us.
Even what they're a letter as if it come from them. Come on.
As that the day of Christ is at hand.
Oh, the day of Christ is at hand. That's what they were saying way back then because somebody else was trying to move in. Read on.
Let no man deceive you.
Don't let no man deceive you because there's something that's got to take place first. Read.
By any means.
Mm-hmm.
For that day shall not come.
That day is not going to come until what?
Except
that what?
There come a falling away first.
That's what you need to be looking for. See, about 3-4 years ago, we had a great falling away. Didn't I tell y'all that Yah adds by what? Subtracting, and he multiplies by what? Dividing. See what he done? Moved out a lot of people and made room for triple the amount of people. People just think that it's I don't like what you're saying. Man, these people better be careful. All of us, you better be careful about having opinions contrary to what's written in the Word. Better be very careful, because you may be offended at something. You think you're wrestling with man, you fighting with Yah, and it end up getting you cut off because of an offense. Read.
And that man of sin be revealed.
So, there's going to be a great falling away, and the man of sin is going to be revealed. Everybody's waiting for this one figure, but you better be looking for that man of sin that's operating around you. Read on.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yah.
Now look at all the people that oppose us and fight against us constantly. Read on.
Or that is worship.
See, as the spirit of Antichrist is operating. Read on.
So that he as Yah.
What'd he do?
Sitteth in the temple of Yah.
Where's that at? The last time I checked, you are the temple of the Holy Spirit. So where's this man of sin trying to sit at? In you. The temple of Yah. First that which is natural, then that which is spiritual. You looking for the third temple, which ain't prophesied about. You looking for all this other crazy junk, and you keep forgetting about where the man of sin is trying to make up his abode. See, he lost you once to Yahshua, and he's trying to get his seat back. He don't care about the people out in the world. He already got them. You better be watching for this spirit of Antichrist and this spirit of deception. Read on.
showing himself that he is Yah.
See, I'm the one that's Yah, so obey me while I'm sitting in your mind. Well, what is he going to teach? You don't have to keep that law. It's done away with. You don't have to obey Yahshua. It ain't no need for that. We got grace. Antichrist. The mystery of iniquity. The wicked devil himself. Seeking to sit in your mind. The very temple of Yah. Read on.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Come on.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
See, it's working already, right now. Come on.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Keep going.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yah shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
In other words, many of you ain't going to get it until I physically show him to you and destroy him myself. Then you'll see. Keep going.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Don't get me wrong. There's still a figure that's coming. Oh yeah, he coming. I'm trying to get you to be sober now, so that you don't be what? Like it said in the beginning. Be not so soon shaken in mind, neither be troubled by any spirit, or any word, or any letter as from us. See, we forget all before. We want to jump all the way to the end, and we forget everything is happening right here in the middle. You end up falling away. You don't be sober. Come on.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish.
So the deceived people are the ones that are living in unrighteousness, and they are the ones that's perishing. Come on.
Because they receive not the love of the truth.
Biblical marriage is a beautiful, beautiful lifestyle. Oh, see, you don't love that truth. That's how a lot of people fall away, end up falling away. They became high-minded. They didn't take the warnings. They became very arrogant. Thought they were fighting against man, fighting against Yah. Look at that. You know what I've seen more often in this ministry more than anything? I've sit here and watch people sit up there, the only women, sit up there and just despise biblical marriage. Really. And then if their husband passed away, they entertain it. I said, now that is wicked. What a damn hypocrite. Look at them looking at me. I said it happened in this ministry. Then they want to entertain it. Amazing, isn't it? See, that's a spirit. That's a mystery of iniquity that's already working. Because it's against God's law. Uh-oh. If it's going to be the restoration of all things, why wouldn't he restore marriage? I mean, I'm sorry, but Yah ain't only going to be married just to me. He's going to be married to you too. So what I would do to say, man, you need to move out of the way. I don't like you, man. You can't be in this, man. This is my house. I'm with him. Don't y'all know exactly what y'all doing? Yes, sir. Look at them looking. You got fatherless. You got women that have children that are fatherless. And you got a man that's capable of actually covering them. But the only thing you care about is how much sex they're going to have.
Come on, Pastor. Come on. Come on.
Huh? Anybody ever feel the anointing? That's y'all having sex with you. Yeah, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. Yeah, whenever you feel them Holy Ghost anointing and stuff, yeah, that's a climax. That's a climax. So I wonder how many people y'all got. You wicked people, man. Look at them looking. What? I told you, it was one of those things that had been cut off and been restored, and y'all use it as a test. He sure did. Use it as a test. Isn't that a beautiful test? Beautiful test. Beautiful test. Beautiful test. Beautiful test. Now think about it today. Why would a man want another one of you anyway? He said, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. And to add, you'll be adding another yoke and a burden. This is when the devil come in and start going to sleep, huh? What'd he say? Look at him looking. But if it was you that had 2 or 3 children, you wouldn't mind nobody covering you. But if you married and you and it's just you and him, don't come into my house. You ain't got no house. Shut up.
That's right.
I got to capitalize on this, man. I keep telling you, 95% of the people in America would not participate in the biblical lifestyle anyway. They too busy being homosexuals, lesbians. Really? Ain't caring about no biblical lifestyle. Keep telling him. Everybody think this the man is full of lust. No, it's the woman. 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 Look how I'm looking. Oh, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Keep reading.
Because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved.
Now, keep the commandments and live. No, I was done away with. Don't need it. Ain't the truth. What? I'm telling you this so you can be saved. Yeshua said, if you want to inherit eternal life, keep the commandments. No, but my church says done away with. Paul says done away with. I ain't never heard Paul say that, but you said, yeah, he said it. No, you got to love this truth. Yeshua, man, he was buried. He was put to death and buried and resurrected for you. Well, I believe that, but I don't believe the other stuff. See, it ain't enough to just acknowledge the truth. You have to love the truth. You hear that? You have to literally love it. Read.
And for this cause, Yah shall send them strong delusion.
If you don't love the truth, the Most High has got a strong lie to send to you. Has he allowed his lie to run before? Yeah, he put a lying spirit in all the mouths of the prophets. So did. And guess what? In this day, he got a strong delusion. It's so strong that you believe it as if it's the gospel truth. That's why it's strong. And it's so strong that you would believe a lie. Man, you can marry man. Woman, you can marry woman. Yeah, we're evolving. That's what T.D. Jakes said. I'm evolving. See how many people, now you know how many homosexual marriages taking place now? See, they ain't worried about disciples, they worry about members. They're making a business decision. We get a homosexual place. Look, I mean, half the church homosexuals, man. We got to get them in. They're good tide payers. Plus, they play well on the instrument, and on command, they'll dance for you. They flamboyant. Y'all be careful of these men that wear these big fat ties. I looked at that and said, what? Read on.
That they should believe a lie. That they all might be damned.
Can you believe that y'all set this up? That if you want to go that way, you want to believe a lie, he set it up for the purpose so that you could be damned. That is real talk. Come on.
Who believe not the truth,
But
but had pleasure
in
unrighteousness.
People have pleasure in unrighteousness. They do. Brother Saint, go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 12 through 16. Last scripture verse, boy. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we was until you started. I told him, don't worry about it when I preach. It's going to be truth. You may not like it, it's still going to be true. And I don't know everything. We only know, and we only prophesying. In other words, we know what you need to know for the time that we're in. And if anything else, it'll be revealed. See, got you covered. One guy comes up to me, he says, man, I sit there. You only read 2 passages of scripture off that PowerPoint, and you spend 4 hours quoting scriptures or having Elder Rufus read scriptures. How do you do that? I said, it's simple, man. What is it? I will hide thy word in my... Can you finish it? Yeah, that I might know what? Sin against you. And then David said, your word is a lamp unto my and a light on... See, if you got all this word in you, it's not you become a place, an environment that's not conducive for sin. The word will keep you. Where he leads me, word, I will follow, word. Didn't Christ say, follow me? I'm going to make you fishers of men. Word. I said, if I got all this word in me, man, you ain't got to never worry about me. Man, I'll always be a good brother to you. I never thought about it that way. I said, you better start getting this word in you, because if you don't, that's why you keep sinning. You keep sinning because you got time for you and place for you, but you ain't got time and place for his word. Did I just say something wrong? It seemed like there was something happened, boy. It was the drop off. Cut. Now, how in the world can somebody just be bouncing all over the place? I said, brother, if you asked me to quote those same scriptures right now, I probably couldn't do it. Really? Yeah, probably. It just depends on which way we're going. It just depends on which way we're going. Oh, now. Are y'all hearing me? Yes, so why wouldn't you want God's word in your heart then? Huh? Why wouldn't you? If you got his word, you want what? You won't sin, will you? Brother Saint, get Exodus 20:20. You won't sin then, would you? No, you won't. You won't sin if you got his word in you. Isn't that beautiful? So how much time are you trying to spend to put this word in your heart? You don't want sin to be your ruin. Hold your finger, because you got to go back to this other place too. Go ahead and read.
And Moses said unto the people,
what did he say?
Fear not.
Fear not.
For Yah is come to prove you.
I'm coming to prove you.
And that his fear may be before your
To make sure that his fear is ever before you. Come on.
That you sin not.
That you what?
Sin not.
That you what?
Sin not.
That you what?
Sin not.
Oh. You got his word in you. He's proving you to make sure that you don't what? Because you practice sin, then you show that you don't fear him. Go to Ecclesiastes 12:13. See, we on a roll. We on a roll. Hey. We roll. We tapped in. Read, Brother Saint.
Let us
hear the what?
The conclusion of the whole.
Of the what? Of the what?
The whole.
The whole what?
Matter.
What is it?
Fear Yah.
Fear who?
Yah.
And do what?
And keep.
Keep what?
His commandments.
Oh, why?
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole purpose of you existing. Whole purpose. So he's going to prove, he's going to try you, he's going to test you. Go to Psalms 4:4. He's going to prove, he's going to try, he's going to test you. It's there. Oh, hallelujah. That's it. It's there. Read.
Stand in awe.
Who?
And sin not.
Sin what?
Sin not.
Don't practice sin. But see, you got the first what? Stand in what? Stand in awe. Stand in the fear of Yah. Ooh-wee. Read.
Commune with your own heart.
When?
Upon your bed. And be still.
And be
Selah.
what?
And be still, Selah.
They're just beautiful, man. Just beautiful. This is just beautiful. I'll be a fool to entertain sin with all this word in my heart. Huh? I got to do despite to the Spirit of grace. I've got to with all this word hidden in here. Ain't none of y'all got to worry about peeping around the corner to see if I'm doing right or not. I don't need you. I got to have somebody I stand in awe and I fear greater than you. Oh, hallelujah! 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 I'm trying to motivate you to see the way that you should be doing this thing. You always have him to talk to. You can talk to him and then all of a sudden, bam, he pops a scripture up here. Man, boy, that was a fast answer. Whoa. Man, I'm meditating on it. Bam! Whoa, that was quick. Well, talk to me. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to talk. What are you waiting on? He told you that the ruach is a still, small. See, them thoughts that you hear all the time, that ain't still and small. You know when the Holy Spirit could, you'll be like, huh? What? What? That just passed by that quick. What? Then you try to strain and struggle with your natural ears to try to hear. How you know so much about us, Pastor? There ain't no temptation except that which is common to man. Everything we do is all common. We all deal with the same thing. Some of us acknowledge it, some don't. Some of us spiritualize everything. Ooh. Yes, Icky. Yes, Icky. Come on, bro. Say, let's finish. Let's take this thing on. 1 Thessalonians 2, 12 through 16. Y'all getting this?
That ye would walk worthy of Yah.
So the whole idea is you want to walk what? Worthy of Yah. Come on.
Who calleth you unto his kingdom and glory.
Y'all hear that? Read on.
For this cause.
For this cause.
Also thank we Yah without ceasing.
We thank y'all without ceasing.
Because
what?
When you receive the word of Yah.
When you receive the word, y'all know all morning you've been receiving the word of Yah, right? You know, as long as you've been listening to me, you're receiving the word of Yah, right? All right, but watch how you're receiving it, though. You may not even know it, but watch how you're receiving it. Read.
Which ye heard of us.
You heard of what?
You heard of us.
You heard of us. The ones who behind the pulpit, who does his preaching and teaching. Read.
You received it not as the word of men.
Not as the word of men.
But as it is in truth.
As it is in what?
Truth.
Truth. Come on.
The word of Yah.
The word of who?
The word of
Yah.
The
word of who?
Yah.
Come on.
Which effectually worketh also in you that believe.
You hear that? Yeah. You know if it's the word of Yah because it's going to work in you. Hallelujah. Read on.
For ye, brethren, became followers.
Of what?
Of the assemblies of Yah.
Uh-huh.
Which in Judea are in Christ Jesus.
Read on.
For ye also have suffered like things of your own countrymen.
Y'all hear that? Ain't you suffering your own countrymen too? Like things, accusations, all this other crap. But read on.
Even as they have of the Yehudim.
Read on.
Who both killed the Savior Jesus.
See, these same people today that on these street corners. Yeah, these same racist religions, they claiming Yahshua. or sacred name, they would kill him all over again. Yeah, they would, because he wouldn't be coming the way that they thought he should come. Look how many people come this way only to get cut off. There's people come this way, LJ, Denzel, just to even deny the Most High that bought them, the Savior that bought them. One of them had his wife come up here and get healed of an incurable disease, came back the next feast and had a doctor's verification in her hand. Y'all saw it? Yes, now they deny the master that bought them, and they bring upon themselves swift destruction. From such, turn away. I mean, you trying to find out what his phone number is and what his Facebook page is. The hell's wrong with you? Ain't you got any damn sense? They deny the Most High. Now David is the king. Both of them got the same doctrine. Happened right before your very eyes, the scripture, the letters, the warnings, and it makes no sense to you. He's my friend. He ain't my friend. See what I'm talking about? Keep toying around, tap dancing, and playing around. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. We had a brother that we cut off in his ministry, and then another brother thought that he was going to go over and minister to him. Told you what they're doing. They're trying to build up their little kingdom. It didn't work too good. Amazing, isn't it? Read on.
And their own prophets.
They killed their own prophets as well.
And have persecuted us.
And they persecuted her?
Us.
Who? The us. Read on.
And they please not Yah.
They don't even please Yah. See, if these people pleasing Yah, I would tell you. But they don't. Come on.
And are contrary to all men.
And are contrary to how many men?
All.
They don't even have a love for each other. Tell them to live together and put up with each other. See how much the love is. You're going to see that love wax cold. Because the one thing they won't do is deal with iniquity. Come on.
Forbidding us to speak to the Gentiles.
See, they want us to what? You don't ever see my trolls? They always ask, what are you doing with them Edomites in your congregation? Say, I ain't got one. But you loaded. What are you doing with them other, bro? Who are you? Take me to your leader. For around these little imps. But what they do? Forbid to what? To talk to the what?
The Gentiles.
What spirit does that today? Yeah, Antichrist, which is the black Hebrew Israelites. And the white British Israelite doctrines. Both of them. Forbid people to talk to what they call the Gentiles. Yeah, they do. Come on.
That they might be saved.
They don't want them. They don't even want the Gentiles to be saved because you slated for death. That's right. What? Because they say it. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to be my servant in the kingdom. I tell you the truth. As long as I get the kingdom, Brother Ron, I'll be your servant. I just want to get to the kingdom.
Yeah, you got that right.
That don't sound like a bad deal to be a servant in the kingdom. Does it sound like a bad deal to you? They got a kingdom where they thinking that we're going to be strapping people up and beating their ass with whips and carrying on. GMS got a kingdom that said we can rape children in the kingdom. I go, you people are sick. And you want us to take you seriously? Esau's a white man. Esau didn't know that. He said Esau, matter of fact, he the same color as David. Mount Sierra is still in the same place. Last time Mount Sierra wasn't in the Caucasus. All the Romans came down and intermingled. Well, back to 2 Kings 17:20. Y'all removed Israel out of his sight. cut them off. See how nonsensical this stuff is? This is it's totally. And then people, you know what? One of the biggest communications I got, white folk coming over here asking me, are they Esau? I go, you mean to tell me y'all actually listen to these people? My precious sister Nicole up there, she told her husband, we're doomed. Because they would listen to them. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're white. Well, they don't believe they're doomed no more. Yeah. I mean, it used to be a time in this country, they got doctrines out there that the reason why folks are black because they've been cursed with the curse of Ham. Y'all ain't never heard that before, the curse of Ham? Ham was cursed with black skin. Yet and still, the only curse you ever read about with white skin is over there in leprosy. And leprosy is not Hansen's disease either. They got you oozing and carrying on, flaking and pus dripping out all over the place. And there are lepers and there are clean leopards. But see, when your doctrine is the 12 tribes of Israel are only in this hemisphere, not the whole world, false. When your doctrine is Esau's the white man, false. You get it? All that's false. Every bit of it is. Esau was a Hebrew. And he's still a Hebrew today. So when were the white people ever classified as Hebrews? See how stupid this stuff is? They can be Israel. Sure they can. Is Abraham Israel? But Israel wasn't even a nation when Abraham was called. What do you do then? See how twisted this stuff is? It's crazy. It's stupid. I've seen white people before. Anybody ever been to Europe? Man, I've seen some milky white people. I ain't kidding you. They look just like that shirt. Sun touched them, they hurting. White folk over here in America, they go to beaches. Wish we all could be California again. Woo, 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 woo. It's stupid. It's some stupid stuff. Read on, Brother Shane.
To fill up their sins always.
So what are these people are doing today? Filling up their sins always. See, the key is they forbid us to speak to the Gentiles. Read on.
For the wrath is come upon them to the uttermost.
The wrath is coming on them to the what?
Uttermost.
The uttermost. Go to it. No, we're going to stop. You done? Okay, good, because I keep rolling, boy. I'm telling you, man, we're going to roll your boat. Had some people lighting up last night for peanut butter jelly time. I bet the children was like, then they probably said, Mom and Dad, I want some peanut butter jelly. Let us stand Israel, y'all is good. All the time and all the time, y'all is good. Hallelujah. See, we're getting ready to go into the fall feast, and all nations are invited. Huh? But they got to get the approval by Israel. Those of us that are already here. Hallelujah. And so all Israel shall be saved. And you're all Israel. And let's just really tell the truth. Since Israel was 10 tribes, it went off into the diaspora. How do you know somebody ain't a real true bloodline Hebrew Israelite? How you know? Esau married a Hamite. You put red and black together, you get black. Really? Is Abigail up? Is she up? Hey, bring her up here. You come with her. Where her husband at? Stand right there next to her husband. Yeah, you. That's your family, right? Stand together. Check it out. Hold Abigail up. See, light-skinned mom, brown-skinned dad, brown daughter. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? Yes, now, what if she turned around and married Moshe? Y'all getting that? Yes, sir. You see what's going to happen over a period of time? Yes, man, these people are sick. Y'all is good. All the time and all the time, y'all is good. Abba, y'all, we do thank you for all things. We do ask your blessings upon us, especially tonight as we remember your Moedim. Thank you for inviting us to your feast. Thank you for including us in your feast. And we will be glad to worship you in spirit and in truth. Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom. Hey, check this out. Now, what we're going to do is, what time does it usually get dark? 7:30? 7:30. So we'll be up here outside blowing trumpets between 6 and 7. And then we'll come in here and make noise and dance around, move around, and thank y'all for the Feast of Trumpets, and thank y'all that we've entered into the fall feast. I had somebody arguing with me the other day. I said, hey, we're in the fall feast now. It's fall. No, it ain't. It's 103 degrees. I don't care what it is. It's still fall. Ain't that right? Look at her dipping down back here. Hallelujah. Bless y'all. Shabbat shalom. King coming. Uh-oh. Look at him looking.